Speedbuilders.com. You're walking along, then what happened?
Once I felt myself falling and I couldn't catch myself.
Do you have a recollection of hooking your toe on something, or simply like maybe rolling over on the side of your ankle? Can you tell me how that happened?
I think I tripped.
Just like...
Just stumbled and I kept going down and down.
What I need to know is specifically if you fell because you hooked your toe on some part of the sidewalk, or if you simply stumbled. Do you have a specific recollection of hooking your toe or catching your toe on some portion of the sidewalk?
I think that's what made me fall.
Do you specifically recollect that, or are you making a conclusion?
I stumbled. Well...
What makes you think that? Let me just ask that.
Because I normally walk a lot, and I've never had any trouble before.
Fair enough. After you fell, did you look around in the area where you had fallen to see perhaps what had made you fall?
Not at the time, with blood gushing out of my nose.
Did you strike your face on the sidewalk?
Flat.
When you fell, did you fall straight forward, or did you fall on your side? How did you fall?
I think I went like that and hit my face.
Kind of towards your left side? Do you recall hitting the sidewalk with your left shoulder?
I think I went that way and hit my face.
You were able to maybe get at least one arm down and try and break your fall a little bit?
Uh-huh.
You say you fractured your wrist?
Uh-huh.
You got a bloody nose?
Broke it.
Fractured your nose?
Uh-huh.
Any other part of your body injured?
My front teeth were all loose.
I assume those are your teeth.
Yes, they are.
Good for you. Any other part of your body injured?
Just shaken up, I guess.
Did you go back to where you had fallen sometime after you fell?
Once.
How long after the fall did you go back?
I don't remember, but probably 2 or 3 weeks.
Why did you return to the location?
Because one of the ladies had brought out towels, and my daughter, of course, I had those with me. She laundered those and returned those then to the lady who brought the towels out because she wasn't home, so she took them next door.
To her neighbor?
Uh-huh, left them with the neighbor.
Do you know the name of the woman that gave you the towels?
No.
Do you know the name of the woman whom you gave the towels back to?
No.
The woman that gave you the towels, did she do anything else besides give you towels?
I don't think so, no.
After you fell, what did you first do? What did Margaret do?
She asked one of the neighbors to use the telephone to call our daughter to come, and our daughter and her husband both came.
You say that was your husband and your daughter that came?
My son-in-law.
Your daughter is married?
Uh-huh.
They arrived where you had fallen?
Yes.
What did they do?
Helped me into the car and took me to the emergency.
Were you able to stand up?
No.
Groggy or stunned?
Yes.
After you found yourself lying on the sidewalk, do you recall whether or not your glasses stayed on your face? Did they come off? Did they come off?
Yes.
Did the fall break your glasses?
They're plastic, so they were just kind of smashed and scratched. I had to have a new lens put in.
Was there anybody else present at the time you fell besides Margaret that you know of?
No.
Do you know of anybody else besides Margaret that saw you fall?
Neighbors were out, but I don't know. No, I didn't know anybody.
Did you happen to notice them outside of their house?
No, I didn't notice until after I fell. Then it seemed like so many people came.
Do you recall any statements that were made to you just immediately following your fall by anybody? People asked you how you were, probably.
I just vaguely remember people.
Did anybody mention the sidewalk to you?
Not to me.
Did you mention the sidewalk to anybody at that time?
No.
Immediately prior to the fall, were you conversing with Margaret?
We always talk, uh-huh.
Did you carry like a Walkman stereo or anything like that with you?
No.
Did you have anything in your arms?
No.
At the exact moment that you fell, do you recall if you were looking straight ahead, looking to the left, looking to the right, or looking some other direction?
I don't remember.
After you fell, did you notice at that time whether or not there were any debris on the sidewalk, any leaves, anything like that?
No, I didn't notice.
Immediately prior to falling, do you recollect being within, say, 2 feet of the edge of the sidewalk or 3 feet? Do you have any recollection as to how far from the edge of the sidewalk you were?
Which edge of the sidewalk?
Either edge of the sidewalk.
No.
You just don't have any recollection?
I think we were just walking down the center of the sidewalk.
You don't have any recollection of taking one or more steps off the sidewalk immediately prior to the fall?
No.
Between the sidewalk and the street, do you recall that area? Was there a parkway and a curb, or do you have any recollection? I'm talking about where the fall occurred.
I don't think so.
You don't think there was a parkway?
No.
The edge of the sidewalk, and then just a short distance away was the curb? Is that the way you recall?
Yes.
Was there any grass between the sidewalk and the curb that you recall?
No.
Are you sure about that?
No, I'm not sure.
When you went back to the area of the fall to return the towels, did you inspect where you had fallen?
Well, I looked. I noticed, uh-huh.
What did you see when you looked?
I saw a raised place in the sidewalk.
When you say a raised place, do you mean the adjoining edges of the sidewalk being displaced?
Yes.
Do you recall concluding, one way or the other, that that is where you fell?
Yes, that's where I fell.